the perfect swing path with the driver. So there are three types of swing path you can have: out to in to out, and into square to in, or on the circle. Let's get into those and what ball flights they produce and what you really want to hit straight, menacing drives. So the most common path that we would see as a golf coach would be what we class as the out to in path, which is when the club comes over and cuts across the golf ball. Now with that path, that will give you a few ball flights. It can give you a pull shot, which is straight left. It can give you a pull hook, which is left going left. It can give you a fade, a slice, and a push slice. It can also start to give you poor contacts, quite a lot of heel contacts, and it also tends to go hand in hand with a more steep angle of approach and sky drives. Doesn't mean you're guaranteed to be having that path if you are skying your drives, but it tends to go hand in hand with a steeper angular approach and a more overplaying golf swing for sure. Second path we'll look at is what we call in to out, where the club travels from the inside and goes to the outside of what we determine as a ball to target line. So that would be more for your draws, your push slices, your big hookers of the golf ball, and even a pull hook if the club face is close enough. How it works is the path is responsible with the driver for about 15% of the initial start line of the ball and the face for 85%. So the face is massively responsible for the ball flight. But getting the perfect swing path, so in to square to in, allows us to hit that perfect straight shot with a square club face. Now, most golfers would want to hit straight or draw, so we want to definitely be coming from the inside and then either coming through in a straight fashion for a very small portion of time and then inside again, or we'd want to be slightly from the inside. Now, most golfers that I would want to see on TrackMan, I'd want their path to be probably 1 or 2 degrees from the inside and the face to be about half a degree closed or a degree close to that path. That would give us a tiny dropping left draw shot. Now, for a less, let's say, elite golfer, we could get away with an extra degree or 2 in those numbers, but we still would want it in that kind of range, that kind of area. Now, what I've got here today is a putting arc mat on the floor. Now, a lot of you will have these, so you can use it for this very thing. So it's got a straight line that goes away, and then it's got a line that's on an arc, coming slightly inside. So why not use that to give us a visual, and most of us are visual learners, to get us the perfect swing path. So what I propose you do is take your address position and practice delivering that golf club either on the arc or slightly from the inside and dissecting that arc and using that as a bit of a visual representation. Make sure you have this square in the ground. You can put some T-pegs in it so it doesn't wander around too much. You can even set this up if you wanted to, obviously at an angle like such, to encourage you to be more from the inside. And certainly, based on the masses and based on the majority of golfers, that'd be something I would definitely probably recommend. So let's start with it, what I would call as being straight initially. And let's try and feel we're going to rehearse that swing path to dissect that and hit that from the inside. And then look at the feels that gives us in our body. We're going to talk a bit more about how we create this in a minute in terms of the moving parts of our body and club and what we do to achieve this, and some cheats and some drills. But just initially, just having that as our thought pattern, let's try and feel like we're going to swing, dissect that little line there. I felt I did a pretty good job there. So that could be straight away a little visual you can do in the range to get you to get this perfect swing path or club path. As we said earlier, why not take it a different tangent and get it really down the right hand side to get you feeling you're coming from the inside. So you're setting up. This mat now is at a different angle to what you're standing. Why not now then try and feel we're going to swing on that line. And that one there was a push shot. So it definitely gave me the feeling of trying to get the club to match that line. Again, I'm quite a visual learner, so this worked quite well for me. And also, if I wanted to make the swing path more outside, I could move it over to this way. Now, if you don't want to go out and buy one of these, you can use some golf clubs in the same way. You could get some paper, some card, and just draw some straight lines or an arc line on that. So you can very much find things to use that are going to help you and your golf straight away. So as I said earlier, most golfers cut across the golf ball, so get the arms coming out away from the body, sometimes turn their torso too early, sometimes with the driver it's caused by setup, but most golfers will tend to feel that the club will come across the golf ball too much. So this drill, and it's the only drill I'm going to give you in this video, is going to give you a feeling of changing the direction of the arms. You can do it obviously by using the body, but using this task drill will give you the sense of changing your path. So take your setup to a ball as normal to hit a straight drive. I've got a tee peg placed here opposite my ball of my foot and quite close to my body. Obviously you can move it further away, but the idea is to try and hit that tee peg. So I'm going to move that a little further away in the same location, but just further away from my body. So the idea is that to get me to feel that these arms to hit that tee peg have to shallow like crazy and move and change their direction. Now this is quite extreme, so with some golfers we might even put it a little bit more out there so it's kind of halfway, and again we're trying to hit that tee peg in the direction of almost 90 degrees to where we want to go. Certainly trying to feel we do that. Then on the golf course what you can do is just brush the ground in the same way. Then when you go and hit the golf ball, we're trying to feel we do exactly the same things. And again, for me, felt a lot more from the inside compared to my normal golf swing. I do have a tendency, if anything, to steepen the club a little bit in transition. So these drills are gold for me. And again, the more I practice these, the more my swing gets more orthodox or authentic or neutral, whichever word you want to use. So these drills are great for me. Now let's look at how we can take this to the golf course. So on the golf course, we definitely don't want to overthink. We want simple processes that allow us to repeat what we're trying to do in our golf swings. How I would approach it would be stand behind the golf ball, make a slightly shorter backswing than normal, change that direction, feel like the hands go away and the elbows almost go forward. But realistically, I'm just thinking of brushing the ground back there, just in front of my feet, in a direction. It's close to 90 degrees, but not quite to where I'm trying to go. But that practice swing is what gives me the feels, what I want in my body, tells my brain what I want it to do. Now I'll step into my process of visualizing and aiming as I would do per normal. Get comfortable, and in the swing probably just think about, okay, can I dissect that line a little bit? Can I hit that inside quarter of the golf ball? And that's really all I'm going to be thinking about doing. And then commit to that when I'm hitting the ball. So that would be the process of the course. Commit to it, trust it, and start hitting straighter drives straight away.